Hey, what's going on guys? It's Thomas, and in this video I want to share some of the ups and downs of affiliate marketing, especially with Facebook. And this is something that I spoke about in some previous videos, and it's one of the reasons why I was heavily invested in looking at Rev content. Still play on Rev content a lot, still always running campaigns there, and still I'm in there every day, so nothing changes. However, in order for scale, volume, profitability, ROI, Facebook, can't be neglected for sure. Facebook's a great platform. The targeting is really, advanced compared to something like Rev content, which the targeting is quite limited. Well, the targeting is actually very limited to device and, placement, widget ID or website. So Facebook's great. So I run my campaigns on Rev content, a lot of the time testing there. So I start off on Rev content, test, whether the offer is going to convert, hopefully get a campaign profitable on Rev content, build some pixel data because I have my Facebook pixel installed. So I'm generating, usually cheaper traffic, which converts, allows me to build pixel data. So when it does come to moving the campaign to Facebook or scaling across to Facebook, I'm able to build, lookalike audiences straight off the bat. I already have, data on my pixel. So obviously that gives us a little bit of a head start when it comes to optimizing for purchase or whatever event we're optimizing for. So I really do feel Rev content's a great place to start. Rev content is, pretty much a necessity if you are going to go after these high risk campaigns and offers such as weight loss. So I spoke about this before on my channel. Weight loss is high risk. It's one of the reasons why obviously I sort of stayed away from Facebook at first, but it sort of pulled me in, and I've paid the price, like as all marketers do. And it's not the first time I've lost ad accounts or had things shut down. Far from it. I've had a lot of stuff shut down before, managed to get it back. I knew it was going to be a risk porting it over, hence why I was building an email list, hence why I still run a Rev content, so like not all my eggs are in the Facebook basket, which a lot of people have their eggs in. And obviously I run different niches and different offers, lead gen. I'm not just dialed into weight loss and Clickbank, so I have other revenue being generated from other different sources, networks, offers, etc. So I wanted to show you this because obviously this is an actual in-depth look at what happened. So I had, let me just mute this because I've got something playing in the background. So here's my Clickbank campaign or account. One of the ones I'm using is, I'm just going to refresh it. I'm obviously hiding it because I don't want everyone spying on what I'm doing. But, you can see there's some decent volume being generated. And this is actually the same account that I did I don't know when, it's been a while since I've done a video, but must have been a month or two ago when I did a video when, the numbers were, I want to say they were around 40K, maybe even less than that. But you could see, in fact, it was less than that. It was a few weeks ago because there was like 12K or 13K, 21K, 22K, 30K, 21K. So like there was, you could see the steps when I was scaling. So you could see I'd started off, a few $1,000s, then got it to $12,000, then used the payout to get to, and scaled up, increasing the revenue week by week. Doesn't always happen. Look at this. So you can see this is one of the really good weeks that I had. This is ending on 16th of June. So it's the 9th of July. So this is a few weeks ago. And 63K, and I think at this time this is the highest amount of revenue I'd done, maybe the second highest. I might have had a slightly better week the week or two before, slightly, like a couple of $1,000 slightly better, but so I had this, and then this was a combination of Rev content, Facebook and email traffic, all to a weight loss offer, and the bulk of it was Facebook. So the bulk of it, probably, and by the bulk of it, I mean like, at least 85 to 90% of the revenue there was generated from Facebook ads. And then, the 10% from Rev content, 5% from email, whatever it was. So 63k. And then I started this week, the 23rd, and got off to a good couple of days, really good couple of days. I don't know if you can see any of these in here. This ends on the 23rd, so we can't see any of the days here. But I had a couple of 10k days, I think, and then I got ad account shut down. And I was running out of 2 ad accounts at that point. One got shut down, and then literally 2 days later, the next one got shut down. So now I was then down to just rev content and email traffic. So then, and again, you can't see it, but I managed to stay above $1,000 a day just from rev content and email traffic. And I was spending maybe $200, $250 a day on rev content. And then obviously the email traffic I'd already paid for from building my email list. So yeah, so it was decent profit, but there was no volume, right? And so obviously I needed to get the Facebook ads back up and running. And I don't think I got either of those 2 ad accounts up. I think they're still in, we're still fighting to get them back. So I set up new ad accounts. I already had new ad accounts running for this exact reason, that I knew that, stuff could get shut down, high risk. We were playing in the weight loss space. And so I took these, I think I started with 1 ad account, which was, warmed. It had a few $1,000s spent. We had new domains, new payment method, new different business manager, new Facebook page, which was again warm. It had been around for a good couple of months. It had 5,000-6,000 likes. It had lots of post engagement and linking. We started warming up the domain that we were going to run the traffic to by building a blog on it, posting decent content, health related content, and then linking post engagement ads to that content. And pushing traffic there just to get the domain a little bit whitelisted and show Facebook that it's got good content on. People are clicking and getting value out of the content on that domain. And then once it was and then obviously these ad accounts got shut down just in time for us to start playing with the new ones. Push them into there, and as you can see, again, started off slow, and I think this was this week. We're just pushing it. You can't just obviously go all of a sudden go $5,000 a day with a fairly new ad account that's only been spending a few $100 to $1,000 a day in the past. But slowly climbed up, and then we had 2 of the best days. In fact, they're 2 best days that I've had on Clickbank. Let's get a glug of water. We're hitting 21,000 on both days. And then on Sunday night, or was it Monday night? Could have been Monday night. So Monday night, my UK time, my main ad account got shut down, the one that was spending the most. And then on Tuesday morning, my second ad account got shut down. And then a third ad account got shut down as well. And they were just, $1,000 a day ticking over. And then I got both of them back, and then they got shut. It's just been a bit of a roller coaster these last few days, but swings and roundabouts of running weight loss. So if you're like what I'm seeing now, I definitely want to stay in this space because it's a good, it's a great sort of industry to be in. Good profit, good volume there. People, the world is your audience basically. Who doesn't want to lose a bit of weight? So, there's good scale available, and the profit margins are decent. The products convert really well, the offers convert really well. Refunds rates on these particular offers that I'm running aren't too bad. Maybe first 30 days is around 5%, and then over the next 30 days it probably pushes to 7 to 9%. So around 8% is probably fair to say on average as of right now over a 60-day period, which obviously means that's Clickbank's minimum refund is 60 days. So by that chance, the refunds are gone. So 2 really big days, and then obviously we really good high and then crashing low. But it is what it is. It's part of the game, part of the affiliate game, especially playing on Facebook. Ad accounts go down, even if you're not running high risk, industries or offers, still subject to go down. And we were pretty white hat. I think I know where this came about. So we are running on our own domains, the offers on our own domain. We have a blog, you know, we've got good content. Again, like I've said before, we're warming ad accounts up, we're warming pages up, warming domains up. However, I feel like the pixel is what stung us. So the only thing that linked the ad accounts that went down this week was the Facebook pixel. And the Facebook pixel picking up the you know, URLs of the offers that we were promoting. So there was 2 or 3 offers that we rotated between just to test out. You know, one day one might flop, and whereas, you know, another offer might take off really well on a Tuesday but not work as well on a Wednesday. So like we're just rotating, not crazy, but there was definitely 2 or 3 offers in, you know, rotation at some point. So we were picking up data on the pixel, and obviously Clickbank, you can install the Facebook pixel inside Clickbank. The problem with that is in fact, the majority of vendors don't have a thank you page with Clickbank. Okay, so the only way that works is this. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but a lot of the vendors have like their own upsell pages, and obviously that is the thank you page. As soon as someone completes a checkout, they land on an upsell page to, you know, potentially buy another product. Well, that's hosted by the vendor, not Clickbank. So that means the Clickbank pixel, if you have the pixel inside Clickbank, it won't track that conversion. So in order to track your conversions correctly, if vendors are doing that, you need to have the vendor place the pixel for you, which will then fire on research.com, leptotox.com, whatever the offer is, which I feel like this is what's happened in this case. We got picked up on the pixel being, you know, on some blacklisted domains, or maybe not blacklisted, but URLs that Facebook is not too keen on and becoming aware of as maybe not scam, but high complaint, high refund rate, you know, high non-delivery of product, etc. So it is what it is. So to sort of get around that, again, kept running on rev content and email and been picking up sales, fine. Again, as soon as this happened, you know, back whenever it was here this week, new ad accounts being warmed up, you know, constantly. Like I'm buying 3 new domains every day, setting up 3 new Facebook pages every day, 3 new blogs every day in order to combat this, because you need to keep one domain in this sort of industry, one domain, one Facebook page in one ad account. Okay, so not sharing the same URLs, the same domains between ad accounts, because if one ad account goes down because your domain gets, you know, flagged, then if that same domain is being ran in other ad accounts, those ad accounts are going to follow suit in a matter of, you know, hours, maybe days, which is what happened to me on 2 occasions. Like I said before, this week, you know, it was a space of 2 days. The second ad account went down. You know, the last few days, it was in the space of 12 hours. So who knows, you know, how well or in depth they're looking at things, but they're definitely looking. So it is what it is. My advice going forward is to, again, like I just said, one domain, one page per ad account. And then also ad accounts, and I'm testing the boundary of this, but not spending above $2,000 a day, potentially $1,000 a day. The one reason I see why I got flagged this week, apart from the pixel, is I had the main ad account, which is it has over $1 million in ad spend in the last 12 months alone. So it was a very, you know, seasoned ad account, if you want to say that. And it also had, you know, most ad accounts are capped at $5,000 a day. This was, you know, uncapped because it had been spending $10,000, $15,000 a day a few months ago in a different niche. So the where am I going with that? The ad account, and again, I'm not editing these videos. Like I'm just putting the content out, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, then tough. I'm not spending, you know, hours or paying people to edit these. I just want it to be raw. So yeah, I've lost my train of thought, which happens, but it'll come back to me in just a second. But yeah, so anyway, Yes, so my advice, it's not spending $5,000 a day, you know, so sticking under that threshold. I see if you start reaching those limits, Facebook's taking a closer look at what you're running. So staying under the radar by new domain, new page, every ad account, and also sticking under $2,000. So if you want to spend $10,000 a day, you're going to need to do it over 5 or 6 ad accounts, maybe even more. I don't know yet. I'm going to try now with these new ad accounts that are coming to fruition, that we're going to maybe try a cap of $2,000 a day. And that doesn't mean I'm spending $2,000 a day right out the gate. It means I'm going to work up to that point, and then I'm not going to push past $2,000, see how long they last. Part and parcel. So yeah, and I wanted to show some profit numbers as well, because obviously, you know, these revenue numbers are great, but you know, the profit's a different story. So you can see here, $78,000 last week in revenue. So if we break that down in the tracker, so these highlighted campaigns, you know, these are all Clickbank campaigns, but these highlighted ones are what we've been running in those last 2 days. So this is the 5th of July and the 6th of July, which coincides with these 2 dates. And the ad spend is updated, so this is the cost. And you can see we've got the 1 campaign, 2 campaigns, these are both Facebook, as you can see. And then you can also see this is Rev content, just very low spend, ticking over on this, on these 2 days. Again, the volume's not crazy on Rev content. Excuse me. But, you know, it converts, it's profitable. It's another few $100s in these last 2 days. I do this at, you know, $100 profit a day, whatever. That's another $3,000 profit over the month, which I'll take. And some days, you know, I might do $400 or $500 profit. Other days might do $50, might be break even, might be slightly negative. It swings and roundabouts, but overall profitable. And then emails, again, not been too heavy with the emails recently. You can see a sale, yeah, one sale, excuse me. So let's have a look. So revenue in these campaigns, the ones highlighted are the only revenue that we did. $41,000, 340 in the 2 days, which is a little bit short. But so like when the ad account turns, you know, the ad account day turns to midnight or whatever, coincides with the tracker, both Pacific time, ad account and the tracker. Then if people clicked, you know, before midnight, before it turned, but then converted after midnight, they count as a day before conversion on the tracker. However, they'll be, you know, this day. So like if they converted it, you know, midnight, just past 10 past midnight on July 6th, that'll be a sale from July 5th on the tracker, if that even makes sense. Like, I'm confusing myself saying that. But so like these are accurate numbers. So profit is 17,000, which is decent for 2 days work just on Clickbank. That wasn't the lead gen stuff, you know, still dabbling in roofing, in windows, in you know, insurance campaigns, gearing up to really hit native Taboola hard very, very shortly. Hopefully in the next few days, going to be launching campaigns there with a rep. So hopefully those will, you know, take off really well. Life insurance is doing really well on native right now. So excited to dabble there. And then, yeah, just going to keep on launching new offers, diversifying, keep the weight loss stuff running because of obviously, you know, the crazy amounts of profit that can be generated in a very short amount of time. And obviously go into more lead gen stuff as well, just trying to spread those eggs. Other Clickbank offers, looking at, you know, not BizOp, but like Forex and I don't want to say crypto stuff, but quite high ticket affiliate offers I'm looking at the minute as well. And what else am I looking at right now? A couple of other things that I do have in the pipeline. Just trying to build this affiliate business, the affiliate empire. Updates on because it's been a while, updates on progress towards 100k profit in a month. Again, fell short in, what month is it now? In June. So May, I did $94,000 profit, and that fell a couple $1,000 because of refunds after. but you know, it was still very, very good. So close to 100k. And then in June, the month just gone, I did slightly less. I think I did around $86,000 profit. So again, fell short. And then, you know, I got off to two absolute, well, 3 decent days, you know, like 50k generated in 3 days just on this Clickbank campaign. You know, as we saw in the 2 days, 20k plus days, 17,000 in profit over those 2 days combined. You know, it would have been a real a real easy breeze to continue on that type of volume, but it wasn't to be. So yeah, weight loss, get that back up and running, get that scaled back up, and again, just keep testing what's working to keep these campaigns running as long as possible. And then, you know, native stuff popping and the lead gen stuff popping, and yeah, looking at other opportunities as well, just in trying to get this affiliate biz to that 100k a month mark, profit mark. So hopefully you got some value, and I definitely dropped a couple of nuggets. I know obviously it was a lot sharing about what's going on in these campaigns rather than a specific method or strategy, but there was definitely a couple of nuggets dropped in, you know, setting up how best to you know, set everything up and try and stay under the radar as much as possible, which I'm learning along the way, finding out what's working, what's not working, what's getting us, you know, shut down, etc. But yeah, any questions, let me know in the comments below, and shall see you on the next video.